Hi guys, Zach here, and I am back for the start of the Enduro 2020 league with ESR. So basically this is round one of ESR's newest league, Endurance Race, Enduro 2020, I think it's called. I don't actually know what it's called. Let's go with Enduro 2020 because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it's basically a split class event, GT4, GT3. And obviously GT3s are going to be racing GT3s there for the higher division guys in Division 1, who are a little bit faster than me. And then GT4s are for the Division 2, which is me, and Division 3, which is a little bit slower. And the grid, it's going to be a 36-man grid, so I'm really excited. I have been doing quite extensive testing, and this is the first car that I have properly spent time learning about setups on and created a setup. I'm driving the Porsche Cayman GT4 CSMR. So we're at Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit today. I did this track recently in the FRUS IndyCar League, but didn't record that, didn't make a video of it because I hadn't really started yet. So this will be the first time it's appearing on the channel. It's an okay track. It's not terrible, it's quite flat, it's got like a big banked curve, big banked right harder as you kind of go past the pits. But other than that, it is actually a really flat circuit, and that's both good and bad. You get no help getting around corners, understeer is pretty prevalent everywhere. I've tried to get that out of the in the actual setup of the car as much as possible, but only time will tell. I'm about on par, quite fast / on par with everyone else's time on the leaderboard in my class. So what I'm really hoping for is to get a good qualifying in. Qualifying begins in 22.5 minutes.
Lap for Butler, 135.2.
Congratulations to Butler, Academy driver there, doing his thing. But yeah, I'm just really excited to get going. So here we are. Here's the car down here. It's the number 28 livery. It's a Rennsport 1. So I'll take you through the setup and show you roughly what I've done. So first of all, I've adjusted the brake bias to 58-42. 58% of the braking will be done on the front two wheels. Springs are default, as tight as they can go. There's not a whole lot you can edit on this car actually. There's more than on the BMWs in the Academy, but not like everything. You can't edit the gearing, for example, which in one way is a bit of a shame. It obviously simplifies things a little bit, but I feel like second gear could be a little bit longer, or shorter, and third gear can be longer, but whatever. It can't change it, so it is what it is. Tyre pressures, I'm not getting any of the displays down here because I haven't done any laps yet, so we can't see the tyre readouts. But I've put a difference of tyre pressures on the left and the right. This track really heats up and increases the tyre pressure on the left side. So to counter that, I'm running roughly between 8 and 10 lower tyre pressure on the left tyres compared to the right, and that tends to keep them balanced within about 1 psi, 1 kPa, don't know the exact term, but either way within 1. That should help with grip. I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to this, I'm still learning, I don't exactly know what the effect is, but I do know that obviously having equal tyre pressures can't be a terrible thing. I hope not, anyway. It seems to handle fine. It handles a lot better than the default setup, so I feel like I've done something right. And I also learned in doing that you can have different tyre pressures for left and right, front and back, which is nice. Front camber increased to -4.5, and the rest on here is default. Camber, if you're not certain, is when the wheels point more towards inwards towards the top and outwards towards the bottom. Helps with cornering and turning. Toe in, I've taken down to -0.4, which has a very similar effect to camber. Moving on to the rear of the car, tyre pressures, again, slightly higher, I believe they are. Yeah, they're higher than they are on the front, but they also carry the same thing, 7 kPa difference in tyre pressures, and that should keep them fairly balanced from what I've seen. Ride height I took all the way down to the bottom, because this Porsche, it just wants to find every way it can to kill you. And I hated it at first, to be honest. It's not that I hated it exactly, it's just that it was really hard to drive. You've obviously in GT4 in Race Room at the moment, you've got the Lotus, you've got the KTM, you've got the BMW, and then you've got the Porsche 911, I think it is, and then the Porsche Cayman. Don't quote me on the Porsche 911 thing, but there's 2 Porsches. I went with this one, and it felt okay, but as I got more into it and doing more and more laps, the understeer was really prevalent, and you couldn't really put any throttle down without excessive difficulty. And because I'm still quite new to sim racing, I wanted to create a setup and thought this would be a perfect opportunity to build something that's a little bit more stable. I still can't really floor it, You're not supposed to anyway, of course, when you're racing, but it is a lot more sturdy while still being faster, to be honest. Or at least I'm faster in it. Anyway, enough rambling on. Rear camber then, I've increased to minus 3.5, so slightly more pointed out towards the bottoms. And then fast bump and fast rebound, I've increased 1 click at the back. And that's mainly because obviously this is a rear-wheel drive car. And when you go up onto the banked section of the track, you come onto the banking, which is like that, from the flat piece like this. You come on, there's a big bump. You don't have to hit that, but just in case you do go up the banking like that, it would just instantly lose traction on the default setup. And this whole setup overall, no small thanks to the fast bump and fast rebound, is a lot more stable. I still struggle sometimes if I go flat out and hit the banking really quite hard, but it does allow me to, if I do, you know, go up that curb, because you'll see as I go around, it's quite easy to do. If I go up onto the banking like that, I don't just spin out instantly. I can also ride curbs, and it's a lot more stable, and I can trust it a lot more to do what I'm expecting it to do. Wing angle, I've taken all the way down to the bottom, because as you'll see, massive, full flat-out section of this track as you go along the banked curve all the way to the start-finish line, and into the first corner. And then I've increased the anti-roll bar at the back 1 click. Traction control, I'm going to be running TC5, and I've put that to 59%. I tried 55%, it sounds like loads. I normally run 0% traction control in the BMW. I don't know if I'm just a heavy right-footed person, probably, but it is just so unstable when you go below kind of 55%. 60% was too much, I wasn't getting any wheel spin whatsoever. I do like a little bit, so I found 59% to be the safest and most effective. Preload should actually be at 6, because I changed that down. I think I forgot to save that. But I've put the preload at 6, and the rest of these settings can't be altered. Okay, so with that out the way, let's start this thing up and hit the track. Sure, nothing's coming. I've realised as well, I think I was driving a bit too far away in the cockpit. I was seeing the wheel and everything like that, which is kind of cool to look at, but I have the wheel here. I haven't got my 3 screens yet, they're still coming, slowly but surely. So when I do get that, I'll be able to have my wheel so that it looks like it's the wheel over the dashboard in the game. At the moment, my monitor's a little bit higher. But either way, my point was that I do see a lot more now there's cars coming. I see a lot more driving like this. It feels a lot more natural. Oh, he came out the pits as well. Cheeky bugger. Traction control.
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
There we go, I changed the hotkey. Yeah, so I do feel a lot more comfortable driving in this view. I'm just gonna take it out, make sure I get myself warmed up a little bit in this practice if he stops talking over me, and not looking to do any kind of speed whatsoever. Okay, so here we go, coming up to the start-finish line. I'm going to try and give you a walkthrough of the track if you've never been to the Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit before. So we blow straight along from the curve bank section, braking round about there. Braking points aren't really important. I'm not going to try and do any super fast lap here. Bit of spin on the inside because of the cold tyres. Coming around to corner 3 now then, this is a little bit tricky. It's faster than you think it is. You can open up the throttle quite early. But if you open it up too early, you overshoot the corner. Corner 4 you can take almost flat out, and then we have to prepare ourselves for this U-bend, pretty much. It's a hairpin. Fairly tricky corner to get right, and then we go straight into this right-hander here, and then we have a short straight just after.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Not sure if that's a GT, I think that's a GT4 3 car coming up behind me. I need to be aware of them, because they're going to be, as I said, mixed class. Coming into, I don't know any of the corner names, not a clue, but coming into that one. Drop it down to second, somewhere around there. This is a fairly terrible lap. And then what we do is we floor it round about here, a bit earlier would be ideal. And we're going to get ready to jump onto the banked curve all the way back around to the start-finish line, as I mentioned. Now, ideally, you come into the banking a little bit later so that you don't actually hit the banking. But sometimes, if you don't set the corner up properly, the corner before, you end up coming up to the banking. So I'm going to go ahead and do some practicing.
That puts you on 2.3 off
Oh, well, 135. I'll be looking to qualify at about 133, low 133s. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and do these last 10.5 minutes of practice, try and get myself warmed up, and I'll see you in qualifying. Actually, before I do that, what I'm going to do is practice my pit stop. Here we go, let's try and get into the pit lane smoothly, make sure everything goes well.
You're a second off the pace in sector 2.
I am now. But what I want to be doing is, let's go ahead and do that. Do that.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
What is this? Okay, pit lead. Okay, pit speed limit is 80. I need to remember that for the entrance speed. And I also need to have this. Ideally, I would use a preset, but I don't tend to do that. I am refueling, so I need to go ahead and turn it off. Otherwise, it goes boom, I've heard. I don't know, but that's what I was told. So, this is a 2-hour endurance race, and that is just driving for 2 hours. Should be okay with a 1 stop about halfway through. If everything goes well, of course, damage, anything with the new race room physics here, really anything, you know, could happen. You could get a puncture. Seems to be quite a popular thing to do at the moment. Hit a curb wrong and boom, your tyre's gone. Anything can change it, but my strategy, I think, is go for a 1-stopper. There's only hard tyres available, so there's no softs or any reason to really do a 3 or 2 stop. And because my pit box is quite close to the pit entrance, let's let him go past. Ooh, almost. Because my pit box is quite close to the pit entrance, I need to make sure I have the whole selection thing, all what I want to change, fuel and tyres and stuff, all needs to be done before, really, ideally, I get into the pit lane. Otherwise, I risk just being sat there like a melon. Here we are behind Dixon Hurst and his Porsche. Want to get in the way. We're not racing for position. We're not. It's just practice. I'm just going to keep it nice and easy. And whoa!
Sector 1 is clear.
A bit easier than that, maybe. I wasn't expecting him to slow down that much. Anyway, 2.5 minutes left of practice. So I'm going to get that done, and I'll see you again in qualifying. Okay, so just while we wait for qualifying to begin, I've created a pit stop preset. Another thing I've never done before, so another first there, that's nice. It's actually quite simple to set up. I've put it as the active one, so as soon as I ask to pit, this is going to be the one that pops up with everything already pre-done. I'm going to get a full set of new tyres. Again, hards are the only ones available, so nothing to talk about in the way of tyres. Full tank, which I might change. I'm going to run full tank from the start. I don't know how fuel usage is going to be, but only time will tell. So for now, I've set it to maximum just in case we do use all of the 100 litres we start with. Unlikely, I'm expecting more towards between 40 and 70, but that'll allow me then just to have a nice clean start halfway round, and after an hour I can then go down, adjust my fuel accordingly, and save a bit of weight, because I mean, even if I can save 20, even 10 litres of fuel, that's a lot of weight. But when I don't know, I just have to kind of go with a full tank and make sure I can do the hour, and I can adjust from then. So, qualifying has begun. If you look in the bottom right corner, you'll see the inputs for my wheel, and I got the brakes, clutch I'm not using. I'm using auto clutch like everyone else in this game. Instantly defended my position there. Next to that, to the right, you have my current fuel. To the right of that, you have the big rectangles, which are my tyre temperatures, and the smaller outside rectangles are my brake temperatures. And then you have, of course, the gears. So, without further ado, whoops, sorry. Oh, what are the chances of just pulling out in front of someone like that?
The leader's just done it, 133.7.
For some reason, my whole hood had reset itself, so I took this opportunity to make sure it all fits onto the screen, because I'm, as I said, still haven't got my triple screens yet. So I'm still using the ultra-wide, and that doesn't fit on my 1080 videos. Right, so 29 minutes to set a good qualifying lap. Just going to take it nice and easy on the out lap here, try and get everything up to temperature before I start pushing.
Yellow flag sector 2.
It's really easy to get into your own head. At least I think it is quite easy to get into my own head. That little voice saying, oh my god, just don't crash, and then you start thinking about crashing, and you know, you do something stupid like accelerate too much around a corner, too much throttle,
Incident in sector 1.
and
Sector 1 is
spin
yellow.
out the back wheels. So I'm going to try and just keep a level head. My goal is, of course, to qualify and finish as high as I can, but more importantly, race safe. And it's going to be a really, really busy grid. 36 cars, half GT3, half GT4. I'm not looking to race the GT3 cars because they're faster by design. So really, my race is with the GT4. I can get in front of any GT3 cars. They are faster drivers, so it shouldn't be possible, but I certainly won't turn my nose up at it if I can. But as I said, my main goal is to survive. Make sure I finish, and it's a 2-hour race, it's a long race, so I'm not going to be looking for any instant gains on positions. Anyway, so here we go, coming up to the first lap of qualifying. Nothing has heated up, but it is what it is. Tyres at 63 at the moment on the left, that's going to be up over 100.
Yellow flag sector 1.
Okay, so the very first thing I do there, I've definitely heated up the front brakes, that's for sure. I missed my braking point along the straight because of the traffic. So I'm going to go around again, which is does have the added bonus, unexpected bonus, of helping me get more heat into my tyres. Make sure the traction control's set up properly. And we've got a little bit more heat in the tyres now at least. It's still quite cold, but it's better this time. As long as I don't miss my braking point, I should be alright. Here we go. Attempt number 1 at a fast qualifying lap. A little bit too early going in there. Didn't feel particularly fast, but we'll see what it comes out as. It's not the easiest of all cars I've driven to get turned into the corners. I think I've blown this one.
Incident in sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. We think that Wallace spinned it. Sector 1. 7th position.
Okay, so first qualifying lap put me in at a 1:33.7. Definitely room for improvement. 7th place at the moment within my class. See if I can improve on that.
Faster car approaching. 1:33.8.
Using the slipstream from Paul Riccobini here then. Up 6/10 on my fastest time. Should put me quite nicely near the front.
P2, that's your fastest lap.
P2 with a 1:33.109. We know we can do faster. We can take another 10th of that for sure. Where to find it is always the question, but I'm sure I can. There's half of it. There's all of it. Can just keep that now. Should be good.
Flag sector 1. Okay, Zach, there's a faster class car approaching. It looks like Torres has gone off.
Pretty slow through the U-turn there.
Green flag sector 1.
Oh, but a good exit from that last corner. Oh, come on, come on. Yes! Get that time down. I tried to get a really good exit off the final corner, but I'm losing the time again. What a shame.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes
Oh,
left.
now it's gone down again.
The leader's just done it. 1:33.0.
Oh, I'm up to 4th now.
Time is okay.
We're bunched together really quite closely though. James Butler with the fastest time. All right.
P4. That puts you 0.2 off the leader's pace. Yellow flag.
Give me them new tyres. Stuck in some really heavy traffic here. I won't be setting any fast lap while I'm in this.
We can see Gorunya has spun off.
On the plus side, it means I get Michael Major's slipstream all the way down the straight. Oh no, he's veered off. Oh well, at least that frees up some room.
Blue flag, your tyre temps are all good.
It's a really full track right now, and there's a lot of blue flagging going on when the faster cars appear behind. So it's quite tricky. You don't, of course, want to get in anyone's way, but
Yellow flag, stay sharp.
at the same time, I have to be able to do my lap too. God damn it! It is one hell of a busy track. Okay, there is a lot of traffic on the track at the moment. 3 minutes 55 to go. I believe I'm still up in 4th place. Yeah, I'm still up in 4th. So I am going to head out, try and do one more lap if I have time. And but if not, I'll be happy with starting in 4th because, of course, we're going to be behind all the GT3 cars as well. So it's not as important starting first as it would be if we were at the front, because I'm still going to be in the middle of a pack of a load of cars. Absolutely anything could happen. But I'm going to try and do my best anyway, because I know I can do a faster time than that. Just needs to be nice and smooth. In the words of Phil Dunphy from Modern Family, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Sector 2. Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
There's so many people coming off the track.
Sector 2 is clear. Yellow flag, Sector 1, P4. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Alright, boys and girls, this is it. 2 minutes to go. This is my one and only chance to improve my time. No pressure. Eyes on the road, not looking at the time. Really slow around there, really slow. Then I missed the apex. Nope, I'll be starting 4th. The gods have decided.
Yellow flag.
Alright, we have 1 minute to get to the grid. Let's just go ahead and make sure everything's loaded in and is as it should be. Yes. Fuel level, we're going to want 100 litres. Sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. But better safe than sorry. That's all good. Pit stop presets are good. There we go, that looks better. I thought that looked a bit strange. Should be good. Let's hit the grid. So here I am, Mengual, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, up over in the left there, diagonally opposite me, yellow car James Butler, N. Robbins, I'm not sure the first name beside me there, and then me. So I'm starting in 4th on the grid for the GT4s. Not great that my web hood has reset itself once again. Let's forget about that for now. Let's just get a good start and try and avoid any insane problems. Bad start from the number 1 there in GT3 class. Let's hope I don't brake check anyone. Do a bit of pumping on the brakes there.
Left side.
Dove in deep.
Left side. Like, left side.
Woo.
On the left side.
A bit of a nudge from James.
Sector 1 is yellow. Yellow flag. Stay sharp.
Oh, there's some people spinning off. This is taking maximum concentration from me right now. I'm sorry if I'm not talking very much. Nice and easy,
Right,
just
Zach.
ran wide in front.
Just keep it smooth. No mistakes. Yellow flag.
Stick into traction control 5 as well.
Incident clear. Green flag.
I want to nestle in into his slipstream, but it's easier said than done at the moment.
Still there. Right,
Good
clear.
God.
P2. Yellow flag.
That may be an issue worth reporting. That was a hell of a nudge. I'm lucky I got away with that. Right, let's just try and get into the rhythm, put some good solid laps in. Now leading the GT3 pack. For now.
Green flag.
It's a very long race this, so really is all about endurance. Hence why they call it an endurance race. Wah wah.
On your right.
Martin Edmonds in the GT4 coming up there, letting go.
Hold your line. Right side clear.
Get some slipstream from him while he is within range. Bit of an early shift up there, I'm not proud of that. It's a shame that my hood has reset in size and moved everything. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's throwing me off a little bit because everything's in a different place, but it should be fine. I'll get used to it.
The gap to Butler behind is increasing. It's now 1.8 seconds.
1.8 seconds to the car behind, which is James Butler. Don't get too excited though, as I keep saying, this is a 2-hour race. Absolutely anything can happen, and really what happens now is not of relevance. Might have a really bad pit stop later on.
5-5.
God, there's a lot of smoke up here, what's going on? Someone doing donuts?
Green flag, all clear. Front tyre is running hot.
That front tyre's hot already. Already a couple of people in the pits. Sean Kenny from the GT3.
Exactly what we came here for. That's the best lap in your class. You've just done a 134.00.
Best lap in the class so far.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Nerves are getting to me just a little bit.
Flag sector 1.
That's when you start missing braking points and overshooting corners a little bit like that. Silly mistakes that lose you a lot of time. I do see that James Butler's under pressure from Michael Magis though, one of the coaches from the academy. That must be a bit stressful for him. Should be buying me some time. Missed the apex a little bit on that one, just try and Save some time by getting a good run through here. Yeah, could have been better.
Yellow flag.
Majors has now gotten past James Butler into second place. And I'm just now...
The guy behind, the gap's now 3.8 seconds.
I'm just now trying to get into a sustainable rhythm.
Yellow flag, stay sharp.
You may notice, if you can even see it now because it's so small, in the bottom right there you'll see the tyre wear and the heat. The colour is the heat and the wear is the level. I know it's a bit small because it's all reset. I'm sorry again about that. But at the moment my front left is running hot. It's running 97 degrees, falls on the straights and builds up because there's a lot of left-handers, especially some that go on for quite some time. But my point was, don't be alarmed by the red on the front left. That's just how it is. Seems to be pretty prevalent in all of the car classes in this race, not just the Porsche. The Porsche gets up to about between 104 and 106 degrees per lap on that front left. Quick update then, 10 minutes have gone, well 9.5 minutes technically. I'm still first in the GT3 class. For now. Which I'll keep on saying.
That lap was at 134.07.
So far no major drama. Fairly smooth sailing. I've got cramp in my toe and a GT3 class approaching me on the left here, so hopefully he can get past without getting in my way. So far so good. And he slowed down a bit much there. Don't really want to be losing time until I've got, well, at all, but until I have a bit of a bigger lead on the guy behind me built up.
Yellow flag.
So we're about to start getting lapped by the GT3 cars. That could either be good or bad for me.
Incident clear, green flag.
Mike Stoffmeal up in first in the GT3 car. Should hopefully get past me without any major drama. And there we go, grab some slipstream from Mike.
That was at 133.72.
Ooh, that was fast, 133.72. Oh, it's painful to hear how much the tyres are squealing.
Delgado is now retired. Gorunya has retired from the race.
Oh, 2 people have retired.
Has just retired.
3. Not really sure where they were running. Oh, don't get distracted, Zach. Jesus, that was scary.
Clear left, good job. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Look at the speed difference between GT3 and GT4.
134.60. Sector 1 is clear. Still there. Right side's clear.
Definitely makes it interesting having all these boys going past in their speed machines.
Green flag sector 1. Our left. Clear left. Good job, buddy.
Toby Howard there getting lapped. Oh, he almost wiped me out there. That wasn't malicious, but that was scary.
Okay, Zach. There's a faster class car approaching.
Okay, I'm going to try and tone down my driving now because I'm starting to get a bit of tyre wear.
Left side.
I want to do one pit stop. There goes Max Simmons.
5 seconds off the pace.
So Sergio Mengual, if I'm pronouncing that right, is now in second.
Yellow flag. You're clear on the left side.
Dixon Hurst off the track there.
Right side. Clear on the right. You're clear. Incident clear. Yellow flag. Right side's clear. On your right side.
James Butler, though, nowhere to be seen.
Clear right side.
It is so stressful getting overtaken by these faster cars because, of course, you don't want to ruin their race, but I also don't want to ruin mine. So I need to try and hit every apex and preserve my tyres for another 35 minutes, if that is possible. Should be. They're not too bad, to be honest. Try and open up the wheel going into the corners a bit more and take it a bit easier. Do I have suspension damage? That's glowing a little bit yellow there.
Yellow flag.
Oh, we got one of the GT3s off. Gap to Sergio. The gap to Sergey is Sergio? I don't know. But it's increasing. I don't have time, or I'm too stressed to read names properly. Leave me alone. Well, this GT3 behind me cut off my approach to the corner, so he's going to have to take me on the inside there. There we go. That was Paul who went off. Alright. Paul, of course, in his... I expect he's in his... He's in his new motion rig. Did the most hilarious video recently. I've watched it so many times. It absolutely cracks me up. He tries it out, maximum settings must be on, and he's just getting thrown all over the place. It's absolutely fantastic. So when he just spun off on the grass there and just stood there, maybe he was thrown out of his chair. I don't know. Oh, I wish they wouldn't take me on the outside like that. It gimps my attempt. My go around the corner. As previous Academy graduate, Josiah Jerome, the GT3 with the big boys. .1 now to Mengual. Not quite used half fuel yet, but I will be putting another 100 litres in there because that's using a fair bit. Which is good news. It means my preset should be already ready to go.
Left side. Left side's clear.
Sean Kenny in the Hello Kitty car. Was it by choice or by delegation? I'll have to find out after the race.
We've had a cut warning. Keep it tidy, please, Zach.
Yes, boss.
Green flag sector 1.
Okay, so the chief just got in touch, and he told me that he estimates about 61 minutes left on this set of tyres. Even if we take half that, that's all I need. 30 minutes to go before the planned pit stop. Pit window's just opened. I'd be surprised though if we start seeing people go in the pits this early. 4.4 to the guy behind. This is how we do, boys and girls. So just as we take a leisurely cruise around the Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit, I want to talk just a little bit about, without gimping my race, so if I just stop, forgive me, a little bit about what I've been doing to prepare for this race. As I know I've said it in every video, it's because I'm a new YouTube channel and new to sim racing. That's what I was going to say, is I am new to sim racing, and that's why I'm, you know, making a lot of videos about kind of my experience as I learn how to be a good sim racer. My goal in sim racing is to get to an esports level and be able to compete for, you know, the iRacing cash prizes and stuff like that. I really want to be fast. That's my ultimate goal. Whether it'll ever happen, I don't know, but that's my goal. And I'm someone who needs something to work towards, so that's what I'm going to work towards. I want to improve my lap time and stay consistent. Who's this? Tobias Howard up ahead. He's in the GT4s.
It looks like he'll come out just behind you. Okay, Zach, there's a faster car bearing down.
Did I say Ford? GT4. Mike Stoffmill coming around again, lapping me for the second time. But anyway, yeah, so let me just let Mike past here. He's helping me a lot in the academy, and I'm not racing him, so there you go, Mike, have that.
Alright. Right's clear, good job.
Alright, thank you, buddy, for a nice clean overtake. Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of guides, loads of helpful stuff online, and mainly about how to improve my lap time and consistency. Excuse me, please, Toby. And I finally found, because I was at a point where I was winning academy races, and in the academy league that I'm in, you can find other videos of that on my channel if you're interested. I was winning those, and the coaches are really helpful, but it was to a point where I kind of got to a point where I was faster than academy drivers, but slower than, for example, Mike Stoffmill up ahead, and a lot of people are slower than Mike Stoffmill. He's just entered esports now. Really rooting for him to do well. He is insanely quick and insanely consistent, and which is great. But I was struggling to understand what makes them faster. People like Mike Stoffmill and other really fast drivers. What makes them fast? Because they're humans like me. There must be a mechanical, solid answer as to what they're doing that I'm not, or possibly something I'm doing that they're not, and that's the reason. And it generally seems to just be that I need to refine every aspect of racing, which is a scary thing. But it's not just a case of, okay, I need to go faster. Okay, I'll just go faster. That doesn't work. So I've been digging a bit deeper, and I think one of the main causes for me, one of the big... Whoa, shit. How did Sergio catch up so much? Need to focus now. I'll continue that later. Oh, big incident up ahead.
Right side, light's clear. Incident clear, green flag. Yellow flag.
I think everyone's starting to really struggle for grip now. I know I am. It's starting to feel a little bit like an ice rink out here. Definitely want to avoid that banking as much as possible. Try and get in the slipstream and get away from Menguel, who is closing in on me with lightning pace. I don't know where that's come from. I don't think he will have pitted already for new tyres. He's just suddenly turned up the heat, and it's got me a bit flustered here. Shit! Fuck!
Right side's clear. Yellow flag. All safe.
Bollocks.
flag, you're clear.
That is really, really unfortunate.
Car left. Clear left, good job, buddy.
I am now in second place.
Car left. You're clear on the left side. On your right. Right side clear.
Ooh, that was intense. Now, I'm not exactly sure what Mengual, or whatever he's called, is pulled in front, but he has some serious pace. Not a pace that, with my tyres and the condition they're in, clearly not a pace I can keep up with. So, my goal now is to get back into a persistent rhythm and stay ahead of third place. And just hope that Mengual at that pace burns through his tyres, possibly, or has a slower pit stop, or we'll just see how it pans out. There's 1 hour 16 minutes to go. I don't need to worry about. I don't need to worry too much about what he's doing. I want first place, don't get me wrong, but I'll be happy with second if that's where I come. So I'd rather hold on to second and make sure I've secured that before I start diving into getting first. We've got 16 more minutes roughly on these tyres. Ideally a bit more. They're getting pretty warm. I have now increased traction control just to give me that little bit extra. Tyres in a very bad state now.
Incident clear, green flag. Okay, Zach, the next car is Flynn. It looks like Howard has stacked it.
Sorry. Looks like Howard has stacked it.
Green flag sector 1.
Did not mean to laugh at someone's misfortune there. I have enough of my own right now. I may as well have metal ball bearings for tyres at the moment. Little to no grip.
The gap to Butler behind is now 1.2 seconds. You're clear, incident clear.
Take that corner in third now instead of second, because I do not trust the tyres to hold while I put the throttle down. Let's try and close this gap to the guy in front. I know I can do this. There you go, 134.18 on these old knackered tyres, so I can do this. Oh, Kenny off. Woo. Got a bit of a butt clenching moment there. Still going to leave it in third around here though. Oh, it is loose. Going to make these tyres last 10 more minutes, nearly 11. I am increasing the gap to James Butler behind me though, so.
Butler behind is now 2.1 seconds.
Thank you.
Your lap time was 1:35.44.
Suddenly gained quite a bit. Oh, it's Michael Majors in front now, so Shannon Flynn has gotten past him. I wonder if he's pitted already. Might be on more than one stop.
Blue flag. On your left. He's still there. Left side is clear.
No, caught in traffic just as I was about to get Majors down to into the 3-second mark.
Car right. Right side clear.
That's unfortunate. Might not have lost too much, I think 4/10. This pit stop is going to be crucial. Gotta get it right.
Car left. You got one left side.
So I went 3 wide for a second there, that was a bit scary.
Come on right side. Yellow flag, sector 1.
Not sure that front left is going to hold for another 5.5 minutes. That is Michael Majors up ahead.
Green flag, you're clear.
Gained a lot of time on him this lap. I'm not sure if there was some drama on his end. Let's try and keep that going though, and gain as much time as I can.
Somewhere on each corner.
Somewhere. I know I've got basically no tyres left. I may as well be running on rims. Damn it, man. Shut up, Jeff.
Right side clear.
It's nice to be gaining on someone of the quality of Michael Majors
Sector 1 is clear.
with knackered tyres. Even Shannon Flynn in front, actually, I'm gaining some time on, it seems. Let's go 2 more laps. Definitely 1 more lap, but maybe 2. I want as fresh as tyres as possible ready for the end of the race.
Our lap. You're clear on the left side. The gap ahead is now 2.5. That was at 134.92. Butler behind is pitting.
Butler is pitting behind me.
Blue flag. We think you should get about 28 more minutes on this set of tyres. Alright Zach, there's a faster car approaching. On your left. Clear left, good job buddy.
There goes my good buddy Max Simmons. Still running, nice. He has issues with his Wi-Fi at times.
We're halfway home. Should be about 18 minutes of fuel remaining. Right side clear. Green flag, all clear. Yellow flag. Car left. Clear on the left.
Car feeling okay, so I'm gonna do
Green flag, you're clear.
1, maybe 2 more laps. I think 1, because I don't want anyone behind me to gain too much time on me.
On your right, right clear.
What might be smart is to pit when Majors up ahead
Yellow
pits.
flag in sector 1.
Possibly. I'm not sure if pitting before him
Green flag, sector 1.
or after him would be a good idea. His pace has slowed way down though, so I think he's starting to have some pretty severe tyre degradation as well. Under 2 seconds now. Gap to me just up ahead, and they're down to 2.8 on Shannon Flynn. So I think he may have been reserving some tyres, and maybe he's been there all along, and I just haven't noticed. Coasted all the way through that was bad. Try and get a good exit off here.
Flag, stay sharp.
Is he pitting? He's staying close. He's now diving in the pits, so I will as well.
Pay attention to track limits, please, Zach.
Down to the right speed. There we go.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. There'll be traffic on the exit. When we exit the pits, we should be in position 7 between Butler and Maguire.
Okay, I've turned the engine off. This is a crucial part of the race now. One I'm not very confident in. 48 seconds it reckons. I'm not going to fix any of the damage. I only have very slight aerodynamic damage and suspension damage. I didn't really notice any difference. Need some sugar, even though this is sugar-free Pepsi. Come on, boys! Get it done. Get us back on our way. Scott Greenfield now 18-7, 17-16, 15 seconds behind. This is dangerously fun. Okay, new tyres, check. Brakes are okay temperature, check. And I'm full of fuel, check. 56 minutes to go. Pit stop went okay. I think we're good. Is that who's that behind me? Is that Michael Majors? Did I beat him? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
There's traffic behind. Watch your mirrors. Left side. Blue flag. He's still there.
Is he seriously trying to overtake me in the pit lane? The cheeky bugger.
The leader, Maguire, is pitting.
I'm going to get him, don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure these tyres get me to the end as well. Traction control, back off, please.
Flynn is pitting from P2. He should come out just in front of you.
I didn't actually think you were allowed to overtake in the pits.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 0.8. Yellow flag.
It's nice to have tyres again.
Incident clear. Green flag.
Will I be able to make a move this time around? The slipstream's helping a lot,
Okay,
but
Zach,
no.
there's a car exit in the pits. Heads up.
I'm going to try and stick with him around the track.
6th place. Right side. Clear right.
I want to show him my nose a little bit. Make sure he knows I'm here. Keep me on his brain so I can get in his head a little bit.
There's a faster car approaching. Blue flag. Sector 1 is yellow.
He definitely knows I'm here now.
Green flag, sector 1. He's on your left side. Left side's clear. Right side. He's still there. Keep taking
Jesus,
right.
dude.
Good job. Yellow flag, stay sharp. Gap 2, Flynn behind is now 0.18. You're clear. Incident clear. On your right side. Clear on the right. Car behind's a faster class. Blue flag, P4. Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace. Car right. Right side clear. Left side. Clear left side. Your left front is hot. Right's clear.
Trying to find a way around him here.
He's just retired from the race.
Get a good exit.
Yellow flag. Car behind's a faster class.
He also got a good exit, but I should be able to get in his slipstream and might get close enough to make a move. Maybe.
Clear. Green flag.
I'm running absolutely minimum downforce.
bottom here. Right's clear. Left side. Still there. Clear left, good job. Well done, Zach. Nice move, mate. Yellow flag, sector 1.
Up into third.
Sector 1 is clear.
Okay, so currently running second in the GT4 class.
The gap behind is now decreased to 1.5 seconds.
And I don't think the guy up ahead has pitted yet because of the lead he has. Such a late pit will give him an advantage on tyre wear though towards the end, so really it's open to anyone to take at the moment.
Green flag, you're clear.
Managed to increase the gap a little bit there.
Your left front has a bit of wear.
That's not what I want to hear after with 37 minutes to go. Really trying to just take care of the tyres this time around. A repeat of what happened before the pit could be disastrous. Actually, let's go ahead and activate increased traction control. That way it should limit wheel spin from driver error, of which I no doubt make many. Should also have the side effect of reducing tyre wear because of it.
Yellow flag, stay sharp.
Tobias Howard, currently running up in 14th. Looks like he may have had a bit of a rough race so far back. I know I saw him spin out at least once. It's not easy. I did consider if it was worth pitting again, getting a fresh set of tyres, with a pit stop taking about 60 seconds. And I have a 5-second lead on the guy behind at the moment. I honestly don't think it would be worth it. I'll just nurse these tyres instead, and I don't think anyone else will be running a more than one stop strategy if they haven't received damage, in which case they're not really a major concern for me anyway right now. Drifting around the corner certainly isn't going to save the tyres.
On your right side. Right side clear. Green flag, you're clear. Pit window is closed. Yellow flag, stay sharp.
Oh, big spin for Max Simmons.
Incident clear, green flag. Car behind's a faster class. Yellow flag.
Got a bit of cramp, I'm having to fix it on the go here. I might not be the fittest race driver you've ever seen.
Incident clear, green flag.
Ah, that's nice.
Sector 1 is clear.
Sorry Max, I want this position.
Clear on the right.
Running 134s, I'll take it.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
So the guy up ahead in first place, 14.5 second lead on me. I have a 4.5 second lead on the guy behind, so he is absolutely on fire. To be honest, I was expecting him to pit, but he must have already done it. He's just got such a massive lead.
Okay, Zach, there's a faster car approaching.
He may actually have pitted at the same time as me. Me and Michael Majors. I think that may explain it. So he didn't lose the lead at all. Ooh, that was a bit scary. Lost traction going onto the banking. Just as I talked about at the beginning of this video. I do apologise for not talking a whole lot during the video though. Still working on the whole talking while driving thing. It's insanely hard. John Pettier up ahead. repeat you. Apologies, I'm not sure on the pronunciation.
Faster car approaching. This guy's their class leader. Then your left side.
Mike Stoffmill is on the approach. Yeah, I've got to give massive kudos to Sergio. I can't, doesn't matter what I do, I can't get that gap down. He just kind of appeared out of nowhere, wasn't on my radar, took the position and said, see ya. The BMW is a really popular choice for the GT4s then. Porsches not so much. Lotuses, okay. Not many, I think more than there are Porsches though. And the KTM I think had one sign up. Which to be honest I understand, I really don't like that car. The thing that bothered me the most about the KTM wasn't actually the performance of it or lack of it top speed, because, okay, on a track like this, top speed's important, but this is an exception in the calendar, to be honest. Which is why I think the BMWs might have a bit of trouble and struggle on a track like Bathurst, which we're going to do. The Australian track that goes up winding mountains through concrete barriered streets. That's going to struggle there. The KTM probably excel. But, I digress.
Sector 1 is yellow.
Make sure I hit the braking point there. But yeah, the thing I don't like about the KTM was actually the window wiper position. It was stationed, or positioned right in the middle.
Left side.
God damn it, he's all over me.
Still there. Clear left. Good job, buddy.
It was right in the middle of the windscreen, kind of. Oh, Javier just retired. That's a shame. Another academy driver down. Oh, bro!
Hold your line. He's still there. Keep digging. Clear right. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag. Stay sharp.
Bit of contact from Zatoni there. Yeah, so the window wiper on the KTM was basically right in the way. They're a little bit bullish to get past some of these GT3s. Bit of mutual respect wouldn't go amiss.
There's a group of faster cars behind. You're clear. Incident clear. Yellow flag.
Scott Greenfield and the BMWs had a spin.
Right side. Clear. Right side. Incident clear. Green.
It's a 20-minute timer has begun. Max Simmons on his way out of the pits. And right slap in my way. I'll let him off. I like him.
Faster car behind.
Story of my life, mate. It's nice to see that Max has, so far, fingers crossed, managed to stick around for the whole race, because his internet can be a little bit iffy at times.
Yellow flag. Stay sharp.
Oh! Is that Max? Yeah,
Still
Max
there.
has gone off.
Left side's clear. Green flag. You're clear. Sector 1 is clear. Seeing a bit of wear on your right side tyres, your left front showing some wear. Keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it. There's not much I can do. 15 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Looks like Butler's gotten past Majors. I'm not sure when that happened.
Time to good. Sector 1 is 1.4 off the pace.
1.4 off the pace in Sector 1. Jesus, I knew I was quite slow, but no, I was that off the pace in Sector 1. Well, that's what happens when you try and correct it. Dixonhurst? Indeed.
Coming up on your left. Clear left.
Oh, I had to lift.
Behind is increasing. It's
That's
now
gonna lose me a little bit of time to Butler behind me. I was gonna hit the banking, and I didn't wanna be flooring the throttle when I hit that, because I've spun out in practice so many times doing that. It's just not worth it. Lose a lot more than 2/10 or so if I spun out. Sean Kenny wanting to get past. He's going to have to wait a bit.
He's on your left side. Clear left side. Car left. He's still there. Clear left. Good job. Okay, Zach. There's a faster class car approaching. Green flag. You're clear. Your left side tyres are hot. You got one right side. Still there.
Come on, Max.
Still there.
How is he still there?
Clear on the right.
What the? He should be able to get past me. Max having some insane difficulty in the Porsche there. And if his tyres are as shot to bits as mine. A trait which Mr. Sergio does not seem to suffer with.
Right side. On your right. He's still there. Green flag. You're clear. Right's clear. Good job.
Where's the rest of his car? What is going on with his GT3? That's GT3, man. I'm GT4. This should not be happening. He has serious damage.
Clear on the left.
Oh my gosh, he has serious damage.
Off the pace. Clear left.
10 minutes to go on the clock.
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Is there a parrot in here?
The quickest right now.
Nice. Oh, I'm starting to get a bad case of gamer's knee. But on the other side, not my kneecap. Gamer's leg bend. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I am thirsty though. He's talking about tyre wear, but I have to admit it feels absolutely fine.
Butler behind is increasing. It's now 11 seconds.
11.6 seconds to the car behind. Bit of a slide coming in to that corner, but that's alright.
Alright, Zach. There's a faster car bearing down on you. He's the class leader.
Mike Stoffmill coming around again. My god.
Sector 1.
What's worse is I think he keeps calling him Miguel, but I'm going to call him Menguel because that's what it says. I don't know if that's right. Either way, the guy in first. I think what makes it worse is he's clearly managing the gap to me. Because every time I get it down to 14 seconds, he manages to build it back up to 15 and then lets it go down to 14-ish, or 13 and a half. And then builds it back up to 15, now it's 16. I took that corner a bit sloppily and let Mike go past. At this point, I think it's pretty clear I'm settling for where I am. This is a good result, really good result. So I just want to make sure I hold on to it.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.41 off the pace. Sector 3 times okay.
Chief, what was my last lap time?
That lap was at 1:35.32.
Whoops.
That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here.
Oh! Aerials are Tony behind me. I just saw him spin off. Jesus Christ. Woo!
Green flag, all clear.
I almost joined him there. Christ on a bike. That was scary. Still in it. 2 minutes to go. We're down to the final showdown now.
Right side's clear.
Martin Edmonds wanting to get past. King of ESR. Oh dear.
Alright. Alright, Zach. It's past the class car approaching. Clear right. Incident clear. Green flag.
Got Jesus behind me. Must have heard me saying his name.
Your left front is hot. Coming up on your right side clear. That was 1:35.07. Yellow flag set to 1.
Just noticed that Mr. Michael Majors has dropped off entirely off the timing board at the top. I can only imagine he's had an accident.
Sector 1 is clear. On your right side. Right side's clear. Yellow flag.
Oh, Josiah Jerome
Past the car behind.
coming
Green
off
flag.
the track at
Tyres
some
are
point.
looking a bit worn.
Yes, I know you don't need to keep reminding me. My tyres feel
1
shite,
is clear.
but I'm working with it because I can't do much about it.
Yellow flag. Right side. Right side's clear. Green flag, you're clear. Last lap, bring it on home. That lap time was 1:34.
Last lap. Here we go.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Woo, don't lose it on the last lap. Come on now. There's barely anything left on my tyres.
Okay, Zach, there's a faster class car approaching. You're clear. Incident clear. You got one right side. Right clear.
Oh, that is bad. The handling is terrible. A lot of smoke.
Yellow flag. Incident clear. Green flag. Yellow flag. Green flag. All clear. Yellow flag. Stay sharp. Green flag. You're clear.
God, there's all kinds of flags.
Yellow flag. Green flag sector 1.
Looks like, yeah, the
Down your left side. Left side's clear.
guy in
Green flag,
first had a major issue, down to 6, nearly 7 seconds, but it just wasn't enough to help me get past him.
Green flag. You're clear.
There we go. Second place.
Well done, Zach. Great drive. That's a podium.
Whoa. What happened to that car behind me? Oh, motherfucker. My leg. Ooh, 2 hours in this position. Ooh. There we go then. Class A winner was Mike Stoffmeal with 125.6, and Class B, my class, with Sergio Mengual with a 133.4. We have all the timings for the Class A's and the Class B's. Here's me. Ah. So I only finished 7 seconds behind him because he must have had an accident at the end. There we go on the podium. Woo. James Butler in 3rd. Massive collision in the pits there. That's what happens when you let the AI drive. Okay, so I've just checked through the replay and I couldn't actually see anything that Miguel did at the end there, so I'm not sure really why I started gaining so much time. I don't know if he just slowed down a little bit, but didn't really see anything at all that may have caused that. But anyway, so that was the opening round of the Enduro 2020 ESR Championship, and second place for my class is spot on. There's only one place that I would rather have had. Obviously, there was a little incident where I hit that guy in the rear and we spun, and that did actually lose me the first place. I think 3 or 4 major mistakes, but overall I'm really happy with the result, and I don't think there's any major issues between other drivers with issues that I may have caused. So thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the race, and I hope you decide to join me again for the next one, whatever that may be. Actually, tomorrow it's going to be Assetto Corsa Competizione. We're doing GT3 again at Brands Hatch GP, so join us for that one. Until then, have a great weekend and take care. Bye bye.